the one tree system, we believe in there being two levels, minimum two levels to everything we do. One thing I want you to always think about is the surface level technique, and then there's a deeper application to whatever it is you're doing. So for example, in the martial arts, in the self-defense aspects of the one tree system, you will learn form, you will learn technique, you'll learn basic movements, almost like a dance. And then you're going to learn application, a much deeper level, a discussion, analysis level, where there's so many things you can do off that one movement or motion. This is also true within the binding and salutation of the one tree system. For example, right from the beginning, you have the hands up posture, the knees are bent, and you're just kind of in a double weighted meditative posture. But it's at that time, for example, that maybe somebody attacks with a punch. And you'll notice, if you remember from the first move of the binding and salutation, the second move is to shift the weight to the left and to set the right foot back on a 45-degree angle. Notice what that did to my center line. By my shifting my weight to the left and taking the weight off the right foot, it literally takes my center line and moves it to my left, which would be my opponent's right if he's attacking from in front of me. So with good timing, and your teacher will discuss with you how to use your eyes and develop your eye training and your hearing and so forth so you can move on time. But as long as you move on time, it doesn't take a whole lot of movement to not get hit by an oncoming attack. Typically a person, when they attack you, we don't know if they're going to attack the head, we don't know if they're going to attack the body, or even the groin area, whatever. But generally they don't start by attacking your foot or attacking your elbow, unless you have an injury or wound or something that they're going after. Most people attack your center line. So it's, 99% of all attacks begin on the center line. That's the first thing you need to do when you are attacked, is to move your center line to one side or the other. So the initial technique for the first move, or first into second move of the binding and salutation, is to begin here, shift the weight to the left, set the right foot back on a 45, which does what? It brings your head down and out of the way a little bit more, even further, and the hands come to the center line to protect the important stuff. So, picture an oncoming punch coming from you to me now in this camera. I'm shifting the weight to the left to begin to get out of the way. The right foot kicks down, which brings me even further. I'm showing my humility, which also allows me to increase my visual plane and bring the hands to protect myself from here. From a demonstrative standpoint, in addition, just to plant a seed, which is the root master's job, is the application of weaponry. What I have with me here is the wizard's wand, and a very applicable tool and weapon in use in self-defense uses. So I will demonstrate the binding and salutation, at least the beginning few moves that you just saw in the open hand self-defense portion. I'm going to do a little bit with a weapon as well, and then we'll show a little bit of application. So I begin in posture 1. Posture 2 comes. It's here. Posture 3 can either be done here or here. This can rotate out or rotate in. Okay? 1, 2, 3. From a martial application, I begin here. Again, I'm shifting the weight. This could be coming in and just protecting, but it can also be striking as it comes by here. This can be coming up a little higher and striking into the nerve center in the arm. It could be coming up and hitting, I know you can't really see here, but hitting into the throat or face as I'm coming by to protect myself here. If this were a blade, you can see that the blade application there. So this is one. From here, this can come out and we stick it in the ear, stick it in the eye, stick it in the throat, or just check rotation here. That could be at the head, at the neck, different places around the skull, or one coming here, or just at the shoulder blade to check rotation, right? And so now we're in this posture, we roll to this posture, same thing, he comes in for that, boom, he's getting hit any number of places here, in the eye, throat, lung points, etc. So we still have that same basic movement and motion we had in the hand postures. From here, 1, coming here, 2, and then separating out 3. But you can see that now we're applying a little bit more festive with the use of a tool or weapon, especially one with a good point on it, good blunt end, and proper alignment, so that when we actually hit, we're actually doing a whole lot more damage. And allowing his body to create the most of the power that's coming into us, we can move fairly small and still be supremely effective. So the use of weaponry is a big part of what we do in the One Tree system. There are many weapons that we use. For example, we have the stag's horn, which is not one of the major 3 weapons, but it's one of the secondary weapons that we use. Same thing can be done and applied on a martial and self-defense perspective as well. Another weapon may be the rope. We may end up using this to trap arms, to do strangulation type movements, check rotation, and believe it or not, to strike and to incapacitate our opponents. We may use any number of different size sticks, from very short to very long staff type sticks in many different applications. You can still do the salutation and still have your application. You just need to, when you use a longer weapon, you got to think about the influence in the application of that length weapon as opposed to a short range weapon, whether it's a bladed or a blunt, whether it's a swinging or a stabbing or thrusting type motion. So there's a lot of different things we can do. We also have a walking cane, a walking staff. It can be very effective in its use and application of both the One Tree form and the binding and salutation. Please take the lessons that you get from this video as well as from your teacher and expand upon them. One of my teachers liked to call this time recess, and it's a really important time in your training, is to be able to play and experiment, have a partner just attack with various grabs or punches or kicks, and you play with the various weapons and get a sense and a feel for what the strengths and weaknesses are within each of them. One of my personal favorite fun weapons to work with are the chopsticks. Very, very weak in one direction. Not so weak in the correct direction with proper alignments. That's one of the things I like about them, is it teaches me to use proper alignments or I don't get my point across. So I hope you've enjoyed what we've been working on so far, and that you continue to take your training a lot farther, because there's a lot more depth than what we covered here. This is just a basic introduction to One Tree, the system, the binding and salutation.